You want to know what the three most fear-inducing words are in the industry right now?
What are those words, bro?
Kendrick just dropped.
Is it really, really menacing? Maybe for
Bro,
Aubrey Graham, bro. Maybe for Aubrey Graham.
in this year of 2024, I can genuinely say, like, when someone says, "Hey, yo, Kendrick just dropped," everyone stops. Everything just literally stops in its tracks, and you gotta pay attention. And
Kendrick
again,
just opened his mouth. Someone gonna get a Grammy right now.
and I think again, just looking at the year that he's had, he has literally shown the definition of strength to strength. He
Facts.
has literally just been going on a tear, a insane amount of momentum, hits, no misses, just absolutely hitting levels that highest levels of his career at this point. And
Facts, bro.
he's what more than 10 years in the game at the top, and boom. What are we even saying now? But yeah, no. This is no different. This is the reason that we've decided to come here and have this conversation. Because on it was 12th of September in America when the song dropped. It was September 11th, known as worldwide as 9/11.
Yeah.
And it got people talking. It genuinely got people talking, and
we're still talking about
we're
it.
still talking about it, and
Yeah.
people are still gonna continue talking about it because, geez, you see and the funny thing, actually, the fact that we didn't actually know we didn't know if we were gonna hear from Kendrick for the rest of the year.
Nah,
We know that Kendrick is someone who likes to be in his little hideout and do his things privately. So we were not even sure because after the beef, after Drake decided that Hot Pot 6, the proverbial white flag, and basically everyone just said, yeah,
Just let me know when you come with the facts.
You
the facts.
So yeah, this was quite a surprise, but a good one as well, in the sense of like, yeah, man, whenever Kendrick drops, it's always a good thing for the industry. It's always a good thing for the culture.
True, man.
And yeah, I don't know. Walk me through what your thoughts were of the song, what your thoughts were of listening to it. Just walk me through how you were feeling through everything.
Well, there was beat up Air Forces as the cover of the song, bruh. So
that was a bit of an odd one. It's a bit just like, oh, okay. Okay,
bruh. And bro, like my first thoughts were like, this guy's penmanship, right? It seems like every time you listen to him, right, he just finds a new way to express himself, finds new sound devices, finds new literary devices, like to keep his verses and his writings fresh, bruh. Because it's never the same with Kendrick, bruh.
Nah, that's true.
This is an artist that takes pride in his art, bruh. And it clearly shows every single time. And this latest showing, the unofficial title, Watch the Party Die, was no different, bruh.
Yeah.
And what I noticed is that he's continuing with this menacing and abrasive tone that he has had in 2024 specifically, where like he's just headshot at everything that he's going at, basically. And also what I've noticed is that all the songs where Kendrick is trying to put out a message. I saw this from a great content creator on Instagram. I forgot his name. Should have referenced it. But every time he released like a Lucy or like untitled tracks, they had to put a message, bruh. A certain message is getting put out in that song. And this is one of the songs, bruh. This is one of the songs, Watch the Party Die, bruh.
And I think, again, I'm looking at this song, and I'm looking at the songs that he's released in a similar vein, just mainly in regards to this year, with regards to 616 in LA, and even Meet the Grams, in the sense of like, he's trying to say something. Obviously, that was in the midst of a beef, and I'd say here, this is a shot. Those were in a beef, you're taking shots at a particular person.
Yeah.
And this one, he's taking particular shots, not at a person, but at an entire industry.
The media industry, in general.
The culture, actually, if we can be a lot more specific. And
I don't want us to like really, really like tap into it being the culture.
Okay.
because the culture that Kendrick is referring to might not be our culture. We can talk about it, but we don't really have like an understanding of black culture that side. It's really
Fair,
different.
I'd say,
this
yeah,
side,
that obviously, like, yeah, that's a fair point. But I think as well, since we are enthusiasts of hip hop and more specifically American hip hop, we've been enthusiasts of that genre for predominantly most of our lives.
Facts.
A lot of our favorite artists are American artists, and hip hop is such a big part of both of our lives. I think we can still have a commentary and an opinion, even if we were not particularly there. We don't live there. We've never experienced the culture per se, but I think I do agree with you, but I can also say that we can see the industry and how the shift. It's very, very evident to see that there has been a drastic shift in terms of all these tips. But I do get what you're saying.
Yeah, and my guy's not happy.
You see,
my guy is not happy. Bro.
I think with the start of the song, you can tell that okay, there's a certain vindication in his delivery. There's a certain vigor in the way that he's like deciding how he wants to relay what he's feeling, and the way that it makes you feel a bit like, wow, this is same way that Meet the Grams was. It's very uncomfortable, it's very awkward, it's very cringe like just like
nah. But what I want to say is that this sample is way better than the menacing one note in the Alchemist production on Meet the Grams, bro. The bing bing, that one created a horrific vibe with it. But this sample is more soulful type,
it is,
bro.
Yeah, very melodic. And very, I can agree with that. But again, still, I think again, even if it's not the beat itself, just the way that he's delivering what he's saying, you can clearly tell that this is not just another song. Like, this is something like, okay, I'm gonna need to sit down and actually listen to what this guy is saying, because he's telling me something. He's genuine. Like, just even if you're not listening to the lyrics, you can just hear the way that he's telling you. Like, he's telling me something. Yeah, I don't know what he's saying yet. Let me listen, but you can tell. So yeah, and again, the beat itself, just to touch on it, very shout out to the producers,
Jack Antonoff and Soundwave.
And Soundwave again. No, this is quite the. It's quite a nice beat. Yeah, like it's not nothing too crazy, but again, I
could
think
sleep to this, bro.
Okay, okay, but no,
I could sleep to not in a bad way, but as in, dear God, give me. You see
the
chorus.
Yeah. No, I think you don't need a song that's too much with regards to what he wants to the subject matter that he wants to say, which we're gonna get into.
Yeah.
But I think just overall, just analyzing everything just before even like getting into the nooks and cranny of the song itself, you can just tell that okay, we're in for something here. This is something. Let's just sit down. Let's tap in. Let's tune in. And listen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but but yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else, or should we just get into it?
Nah, bro. Let's just get into the subject matter, bro. Okay. I just want to start there at verse 1.
Bro. Go ahead.
Verse 1, but I just want to go back to the diss songs that he released.
Okay.
I missed the beef with Drake. They're not like us. The industry can hate me. Screw them all and their mamas.
Okay.
His first strike at the industry, really, it's quite evident, really, that not like us was like, I'd say, a precursor.
But again, it's funny that he also, in the same song, he says, "It's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling." I don't know which song was that. I don't know which song.
That's Euphoria. That's Euphoria. Yeah.
So again, but I was just saying that I can understand the fact that it was there. Like, he was planting the seeds of what his grievances and what he was actually feeling about this.
And I feel like this is the one song where he actually delved into it. He delved into his problems, bro. Into the problems that he has with the industry. The line, "We even killed the killers," in the first verse. "We even killed the killers because they like taking innocent lives. Burn the whole village. We start over. It's really that time." If you read the Bible, bro, if you read the Bible,
we're taking it to church.
Yeah,
we're taking it to church.
You'll understand. This is, we're talking about Kung Fu Kenny here. We're talking about Kendrick.
Okay,
we know that this is a man that is rooted in Christian values, beliefs.
No, definitely, and he's made it very evident.
He's made it very clear in his music and everything, that the way he has moved, basically.
No, I agree.
And I think this is just my personal view. I think Kendrick is painting an imagery of the industry being Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh, okay.
And he's taking the role of God in that I'd say in that setting, in the book of Genesis, where Lot, Abraham, and his wives go to the city of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Okay.
A lot of immorality, a lot of things that don't please the perfect God.
Yeah.
And he's trying to destroy it. He's burning it. He wants to burn it from ground up because he doesn't like what he's seeing there.
Yeah.
And I think that's the energy that Kendrick. This interesting fact. Interesting that this line just came, just 4 lines into the first verse.
Okay.
This just shows you Kendrick's intent with this song, and like I said, he's alluding to that. He's alluding to the burning of Sodom and Gomorrah by God because of the things, the way that the world has turned, going back to him not liking the way that the industry is going about doing the business at this point in time.
Damn. Yeah, that's some interesting.
This
That's
is
some
not the
interesting
only
depth.
biblical references, so tune in and lock in, bro. Yeah. If you wanna get your Bible, go get it, bro.
No, that's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. Okay. But again, the fact the chorus,
Yeah,
literally is, "Dear God, give me life. Dear God, please give me peace."
Yeah.
Like literally, the chorus is a prayer to God. So
Yeah.
obviously, that is very much intentional, and I think those these biblical overtones, because
Yeah.
they're not undertones. It's very, very in your face and very clear. These biblical overtones are there as a way to sort of, I don't know, basically indicate that Kendrick is going at this from a very different perspective, to say that, you know what, I want to say this. I want to say this intentionally. I want to say this honestly.
Yeah.
But I want to say it whilst also saying, you know what, God, give me the guidance,
Yeah.
give me the ability to say this to the best of my ability. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to do this in the right way.
Yeah.
And I think I want to touch on the point that you said of saying how he's playing the role of God. And it's kind of funny because Mr. Morale, taking it back to his album from
2022,
the song Savior. There's a literal line where it says, "I am not your savior."
Kendrick made you think about it, but
you know what I
he's
mean?
not your savior.
Because again, when Kendrick came up, he was touted as the savior of hip hop.
Bro, he was literally passed the torch by most of the West Coast OGs.
That's what I'm saying. Just to say that he was seen as, okay, he's the guy that's going to revive the game. He's the guy that's going to take the game to a new level, the savior of hip hop. And of course, he said that, hey man, I'm choosing myself.
Yeah,
I'm not the savior that you guys have picked me to be. The cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
So, but now I think it's gotten to a point now where he just said, damn it, man. Honestly, it's really gotten to a point where I can't just sit and let it be anymore. I need to say something.
Yeah.
And again, this song as well, at first listen, there's a lot of stuff you won't get. Second listen, even after fourth listen, there's a lot of things that you won't get. And again, there's a part that he says, "They wonder why I'm not enthused to drop." That's a line that I listened. I heard that in the first listen. I was like, "Oh wow, damn!"
That explains it.
That explains a lot. That explains a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and that explains how this guy is basically saying that, "Hey man, the way that things have gone, it kind of has gotten to a point where I'm not really that enthused anymore. I'm not really that excited anymore to drop, just because I see what I'm up against, and I'm like, there's nothing really exciting and interesting about this." And again, I'm gonna let you continue on is there anything else in the first verse that you probably...
The first verse, there's a couple of lines after that,
Okay.
where he says, "It's all love, but sometimes love gotta result in violence."
Yeah.
Let me just get the full context of the verse. "Just walk that man down. That'll do everyone a solid.
Okay.
It's all love, but tough love gotta result in violence." Going back to what you said, that he felt like it's that breaking point now.
Yeah.
Someone's gotta step up and say this, bro.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's also saying, "Hey man, Drizzy man, it's all love, bro." He did touch on that on Euphoria, that this was just a friendly battle. It should have been friendly competition within the game.
Yeah.
but obviously he effed up when he
Took it
mentioned his
personally.
family,
Yeah,
mentioned his
yeah.
family name.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also another line that was quite interesting is that why reason with these niggas when they can see the future first? Which is going back to his collab with Metro and Future
Okay.
on the song that sparked Kendrick's outrage on
Yeah.
the industry
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And he also doubles down more and says, why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? In the song Euphoria, most of everything that Kendrick rapped about is what transpired in this rap beef and was currently transpiring in the whole industry and what has been transpiring in the whole industry.
Yeah.
So it's just showing that why argue with these clowns if the circus is well at work? Why reason with these niggas when they can't see the future first? He's taking that role that, hey man, again going back to taking the role of God, like he's omnipresent, bro. He sees things that most people can see.
Yeah, behind the scenes,
Yeah.
because of course, he's been in the industry a long time,
Yeah.
and he's been seeing everything that happens for a long time, more than a lot of people, more than us. So obviously, he's seeing what's what, and
Yeah.
genuinely what is what, and I'm not even surprised that he's probably had this on his chest for the longest time.
He has, bro.
I'm sure he's been, but he's probably thought about, should I not? Is it worth it? But I think now, probably again, because I always say that Kendrick Lamar is, because I think it's been said. I don't know who said it. Someone said that Kendrick Lamar is a product of the game.
Oh, that's Lecrae, who also got mentioned on the song, said Kendrick Lamar is a product of the culture.
Of the culture.
And he also mentioned Drake that he's
just
a fan of
he's just a fan of the culture.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at that and saying that, okay, because of such things like that, he probably just feels like, nah, I need, because of how much he cares about this industry, how much he cares about, media and the game as a whole, he probably just felt like, no, I need to do something. Again, we just keep on reiterating this because, yeah, man, this, I think it's scathing, it
is, bro.
in a lot of words, it's scathing. Genuinely, it is
food for thought, bro. A lot of food.
A lot of food for thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I like this line, bro.
Okay.
I like this line going back to verse 1, bro. Bro, influencers talk down because I'm not with the basic shit. Oof, I did it again, bro. But they don't hate me. They hate the man that I represent. The type of man that never rides because he wants a favor. The type of man that resides in patience. So where the soldiers at? Where are the products of the culture who can educate the fans of the culture so that they don't stray away from what the culture is.
What it genuinely is supposed to be about.
What it genuinely is supposed to be about, bruh.
Damn.
They hate the man that he represents. We've touched on it. Symbolic crown, bruh. We've touched on it, bruh. That I don't want to go deep into it, but I'm going to go deep into it. Like, some of this shit that's been transpiring in the industry has just shown that they really do hate the man that he represents. The Olympics, for example, that opening ceremony, bro. We're not going to dive deep into it, but just, I also don't like it. I don't like what's happening. I don't like what's happening too, but that's why Kendrick's content can be relatable to a lot of people, bro. Can be relatable to people who are fans of the culture, who want to see the culture push positive messages in the game, who want to see the culture do what it's supposed to do. Do what it's supposed to do, which is you're working in an industry where you can touch a lot of people's lives with your words, bro. Media, bro. So your message should be right. And I think that's what Kendrick is yearning for. That's why he's saying, watch the party die. I'm killing everything here. I'm bending it down the same way that God did. This thing that has been happening in the industry, I don't like it. I'm not the only one who like it. It seems like I'm the only one who's like willing to step up and take this on his shoulders and wipe it out. So he's taking that responsibility, and shout out to him, man. Amazing content, bro. This is amazing content, bro.
Testify.
This is amazing content, bro.
Testify.
Nah,
I want to touch on what you just said, especially that line.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at it from a different perspective. I'm looking at it from the perspective of him saying that they hate the man that he represents, and I think obviously that's a lovely interpretation and a very honest one. I'm looking at it from the perspective of someone. He is someone who represents someone who has always stayed true to himself. Has always stayed true to who he is.
Never conformed.
Never conformed. Always staying true to what his message is and how he wants to relay that message, and never wanting to ride the trends or want to be what's hot and happening in the town. Always just saying, I want to, because there's an interview that he does that he did with Zane Lowe, the gentleman from Apple Music, and he said that, I don't want to just be the guy who makes one good song or one good hit song, one good chorus, one good hook. I want that to be the standard every single time. I want that to be the standard. And again, someone who has good morals, who has good values, someone who's honest, and someone who's not a phony. Like all these different things that he's trying to basically shine a light on, and not even shine a light, like literally just like a huge like boom, like this is exactly what's happening. And not exposed per se, but again, when they say they hate the man that he represents, I interpreted that as something as more of like, I'm someone who is genuinely, I'm myself. I've always been myself. I'm not trying to, conform or do anything else that's disingenuous to who I truly am. And some people, they hate me for that. Some people don't like that because in a lot of ways, probably they want to do that, but maybe, I don't know, they've just chosen to not, or something. I don't know.
And also, going back to Watch the Party Die, it also probably refers to the lines from Meet the Grahams where Dot says, "Dear Aubrey, I know you probably think I want to crash your party." So
okay.
he's killing that too. And going back to they hate the man that I represent, my light bulb just flicked now. Like people would think that it's only about Jesus, but also the black man, the man that Kendrick represents, is the black man.
Yeah, true.
Going back to what Drake said on Family Matters, on you rapping like you're about to get the slaves freed, the people who are slaves are black people. So
true.
That Drake line probably stemmed from him hating on the man that Kendrick represents. That's just my interpretation.
No,
we could write a novel about all the double
no, this
really
genuinely it really is. But I think just like touching on the very important, and just like again, like there's so much subject matter to touch on. But I think another thing that I just want to touch on as well, this is a commentary on how it's like, again, when we look at how artists nowadays, they don't really care to give us a body of work. People don't genuinely want to give us quality content,
meaningful
content that will last a life. Obviously, we're not saying give us masterpieces, but it's like, it's this thing of like, let's just jump on the next trend. Let's just jump on what's hot and happening. Let's just do. And he's basically shining on how like literally everything has just been so, I don't want to use mediocre, but just
everything, bro, honestly,
very mundane, very just simple. And that's another thing that he's just like, it's a sad what the game has come to. This is what the game that I love
like
so
sheep,
much,
bro, honestly.
You know what I mean? So, and again, just looking at how I'm just, again, hip hop for the last couple of years, especially like the past couple of years, has kind of meandered in terms of it being because at a certain point, hip hop was the popular genre of music. And as of recently, it's kind of meandered a bit. It's kind of waned in terms of like, because you see now, one of the biggest what's the songs in the world right now is a country song. Country music has kind of found its place. Pop music is regaining its spot in terms of the biggest genre. And again, I'll just say probably because, again, what is being given out is not really, worthwhile, or what's the people involved in it. The head honchos, or not the head honchos, but the people who are the forefront are not doing their jobs in terms of genuinely like representing the culture. And
going back to what you said, I think Kendrick is also, he did like have a quote after the NFL announced that he's gonna be the headliner of the next Super Bowl in New Orleans.
Massive, yeah.
quote, rap music is still the most impactful genre to date.
Yeah.
And I'll be there to remind the world why they got the right one. They got the right one, bruh.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I think just looking at that and the timing of it all just kind of fits so well. It kind of, obviously, I don't know. I think, would you say I don't know if he knew that he was probably going to get chosen. Maybe he's known for months now. I don't know. Who knows how these things work? But
yeah,
it seems like everything was very intentional in terms of how he wanted to go about it. And I think, again,
calculated, by the
very
way.
calculated. But just to go back to the song again, just a line, one of the lines that I really liked, again, just touching on he was kind of using examples to say how they glorify scamming, you chip over this credit card, the flashy nigga with the nasty decisions using money as a backbone. Again, touching on how, scammers, disingenuous, people who are not true or people who are fake,
throw money at your problems.
And flashy, and it's all about just like, it's all about the visual representations of things. It's like, okay, this is what's hot and happening, and not really delving deep into the actual genuine content that matters, subject matter that is important. And jeez,
bro, like we could write a novel about all the double entendres, the metaphors, everything in this song.
Yeah.
All in all, we're having a discussion about Kendrick's moment right now. We just wanted to add like this young little song review that we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Because it's a part of the story that Kendrick has been writing in 2024.
And it's a part of the overarching narrative of everything around Kendrick and everything. Yeah.
And this song dropped after the Super Bowl announcement was made, right?
Yeah, not too long after the announcement.
Not too long after, bro.
Yeah.
He said they got the right one, bro.
Yeah.
I suspect, it's really hard to predict Kendrick's moves at this point.
Yeah.
But I suspect we're gonna see a lot of biblical and Christian imagery at the Super Bowl halftime performance. And it's quite interesting. I want to see what he has in store for us, bro.
Yeah.
I want to see what he has in store for us. And also, Kendrick headlining the Super Bowl in New Orleans seems like it wasn't the only headline. It wasn't the only highlight about it.
Yeah.
There were also some discussions about why isn't a rap legend like Lil Wayne allowed to perform?
Someone who is from New Orleans.
In his home city, New Orleans, NOLA. It would have been a great hip-hop moment and a great moment for hip-hop culture, a great moment for all the YMCMB fans, because YMCMB vital in the 2010s hip-hop era.
Yeah.
And let's just have a discussion about that, bro. Like, why has there been so much discourse on the NFL snubbing Lil Wayne for Kendrick Lamar?
I think, again, people are just, they probably feel like, because, again, this is the Super Bowl is taking place in New Orleans and Lil Wayne is from New Orleans, so people automatically think that, hey, it's hook, line, and sinker. Of course, it needs to go to Lil Wayne. And I mean, of course, Lil Wayne has a caliber, has a catalog that is worthy of a Super Bowl performance. And I think, again, even though that's not necessarily a thing, this thing of like Super Bowl performers, performing in their hometown, that was only a thing that happened recently with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
So again, I think the discourse is probably people. I think, again, people are just kind of sort of, especially the Lil Wayne fan, his little Toonchies, I don't know what they're called, but like they're just kind of like taking this as an opportunity to discredit, since obviously Lil Wayne fans are Drake fans, so the affiliation is probably there.
Yeah.
So probably they're kind of using it as a way to undercut the year that Kendrick has had and the accomplishments and the career that he's had up to this point, which I feel like is unnecessary. And again, just I feel like this should have been a moment to celebrate, bro. Like, again, hip hop, the biggest stage in the world. Like, boom, here we go again. Let's do it. Like, got a chokehold. And now it's all of a sudden, it's like, oh, it's now people pitting against one another. It's like it's
ruining Kendrick's moment. I can't lie.
It really is, massively so.
Yeah.
And I don't know for you, what's your take on the whole controversy and everything else regarding that?
Well, if we're talking Lil Wayne back in 2011 to 2015,
Okay.
I'd understand the outrage, but
Even before, I'd say more so probably 08, 09 Wayne, that was peak Wayne. And then probably even going into, because I'd say Wayne, even going into 11, 12, 13, he was still, but you could tell that it wasn't at its peak, because I'd say
I
even
feel like
moving, that
at
was,
at that point he had taken the OG role.
he was more of, yeah,
Yeah,
because
he had
that's,
let Nicki Minaj and Drake
because
run the
that's
game.
when,
Yeah.
the Drakes and the Kendricks and the Coles started really taking. So he wasn't, I'd say, I agree with what you're saying, but not really up till 2015. But yeah, you were still saying, sorry, I just wanted to.
Nah, but for 2015 he had hits, bruh. In the
No,
2010s, Lil Wayne had
let's
hits,
not
bruh.
deviate. Let's not deviate. Hits are there. That's not really the point that we're talking about. I mean, I'm just saying in terms of overall with regards to what's happening right now.
And the performance, he could have performed, bruh, during that time span. That's what I'm saying.
DJ,
Bruh.
can we just come on?
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
I get
That's what I'm
you.
saying.
I'm not
That's what
saying. I'm saying he had hits. I'm not discrediting the fact that he had hits. They were there, sure, 100%. But I'm just saying in terms of just as a massive name in the industry compared to he wasn't at that point compared to 08, 09. He was literally he was a volcano. He was a firestorm.
Was Maroon 5 at that point in 2021, bruh?
What do you mean?
They performed at the Super Bowl, Maroon 5, I think in 2021, somewhere there.
It wasn't 2021. But again, I'd
But
say
at that point, were they still the Maroon 5? I feel like even Dr. Dre, bruh, he wasn't really like that guy in 2021.
But he's an OG though. That's different. I feel like
also Wayne was an OG.
But nah, let's not.
He was an
let's
OG.
not do that. Let's not compare legacy. You see now we're deviating, and I don't want us to be deviating because now that's a completely different conversation altogether.
Well, come on, respect Lil Wayne, bro.
I'm not. You see now, don't do that. You see now what you're doing. What you're doing now, you're pinning it on me as if I'm disrespecting.
I'm not pinning
don't
anything,
do that because I'm not trying to. Don't do that. I'm not.
Lil Wayne, top 5 rapper of all time, most influential. Probably
can we please
in this generation.
Can we just get back on track? Can we just?
I'm getting back on track. That's what I'm saying. Like people would have wanted Lil Wayne to perform because of his influence and his impact that he had in the game.
Okay.
And probably if he was gonna headline the show, obviously, the Cash Money Big Three would have been there.
Most probably, yeah.
The Cash Money Big Three would have been there. Nicki Minaj and Drake.
Well, it's more Young Money than Cash Money. Cash Money is more Bread Man. Young Money is more Lil Wayne's. But yeah,
it's the other way around.
Young Moolah Baby. Who says Young Moolah Baby? It's Lil Wayne. Young Money.
Bro,
what does Nicki Minaj? It's not important. No, continue what you're saying. Continue what you're saying.
Let me say.
No, continue. I think it's YMCMB. Young Money, Cash Money, Billionaires. That's what it was. So
yeah.
Young Money, that was Wayne, because Young Money. What does Nicki Minaj always say in all of her songs? Most of her songs.
Young Moolah Baby.
Exactly. So you were saying Cash Money, Big Three.
Yeah, it's Cash Money, bro.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. Continue what you're saying.
You see now I've lost track now what I was saying now. But yeah, Cash Money is the one that had Lil Wayne and Drake, bro, and Tiger and all those guys. Just to put it out there. They probably would have been there performing hits like Abu, headlines, major hits like Only, bro. Like it would have been a moment for hip hop culture. But going back to Watch the Party Die, I think this might have been Kendrick's Wayne of what's the word? Perpetuating that little. The Big Three's influence is the reason why we have to watch the party die. Because they were the most influential personalities in in the music entertainment industry in the 2010s.
Yeah.
If we look at Lil Wayne's influence on the Lil rappers, I just want to state before we get into this discussion, before we get into this part of the discussion, let's remove Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki Minaj's discographies.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal musicians, phenomenal hits.
Yeah,
bro. Some of the best music in my life I've heard from these guys. But let's just look at them as people and their influences.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne's influence on the Lil rappers.
Yeah,
that ushered in mumble rap. Mm-hmm. What did mumble rap usher in too, bro? It ushered in the death of lyricism, the death of putting your message in your songs. It was just a vibe, and shit. Just getting there, not rapping in the studio, just mumbling it out.
Yeah.
The lean, the sexual content in Lil Wayne's music. I can't lie, there were times where Nama was vibing because when Love Me plays, bruh, there's no way you're not vibing along.
Of course, yeah. No,
There's no way
I
you're not
get it.
vibing
Yeah,
along.
I get it.
And also the obscure references in his music videos like Love Me or Mirror on the Wall with mirrors, bruh.
Okay.
The imagery that is painting there with the fluids that are red.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say it like that.
No, I get you.
Yeah. Going to Drake, the poster boy of F boys, basically, bruh.
Fair enough.
Drake's description of his album Certified Lover Boy, I think it's a great album. His description, it says, a combination of toxic masculinity and acceptance of truth, which is inevitably heartbreaking. Toxic masculinity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, is that really what you want to push out
Yeah.
with your music? Even though it sounds right, if we listen to the content, it's the same thing that happened on the Hot Part 5, Part 6. Fantastic production, but content.
No, I get you.
The content should relate.
I get you, yeah.
Next thing is, Nicki Minaj. Phenomena, bro. Moment for Life, Pills and Potions.
No,
See there.
Greatest female rapper of all time. I think we can just wrap it up and just say that, like, she's the greatest female rapper of all time. No, honestly,
Lauryn Hill might have a shout, but she's in the conversation.
Greatest female rapper of all time.
She's in the conversation.
Greatest female rapper of all time.
Nicki Minaj ushering booty-filled videos, bro, in the modern era.
What did you say?
With Anaconda.
Booty-filled.
Booty-filled. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Booty-filled.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I'm making the Stallion. She thinks she's a cobra now, like with the new thingy.
Yeah.
And this big three, yeah, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, and Drake were a capsule of the early 2000s and what transpired, fella, in the 2010s decade. Even though
the late 2000s, but
even though Kendrick and Drake and J. Cole had their time, but if we take away them as artists and their phenomenal discographies, bro, what did these people bring of value and sentiment into the game? That's the question I'm raising.
That's the question, yeah.
And I think Watch the Party Die, I think, in my opinion, is, again, Kendrick answering that. Watch Mother, the big three. It's just Big Me.
Yeah. It's
just, bruh,
yeah, no. Damn. And I think, again, even though, again, this song is not just aimed at, because I see a lot of people thinking that it's a Drake diss or an DJ Academics. This is much bigger. It's so much bigger than them. But I think, again, what your analysis is talking about is so valid and so true and makes so much sense as well, with regards, especially with the whole discourse with Lil Wayne involved as well, and all these other things, and of course Drake and his implications and all these things. So yeah, that's really, I like the way that you broke that down. Actually, that's quite an interesting way to see it, and I'm wondering how other people are seeing it as well. Definitely, it's no.
Nah, that song went too deep, bro.
No, it really does.
Went too deep.
Yeah,
has me intrigued as to what will Kendrick deliver from now on, because it's pretty obvious that he's working on an album. It's pretty obvious that he's probably preparing for the Super Bowl performance now. And yeah, man, like, we needed to have this discussion.
No, we definitely need to have this discussion, a very important discussion. I think, again, Kendrick Lamar, when he when he gets into this bag, into this part of his bag, because he has a lot of facets that very underrated. He's very versatile as well as a performer. But again, once he gets into this bag of just like being bare bones honest and just like letting us know what he feels, that's when people start listening, bro. They start listening, and he starts the conversation, and you are compelled to not only listen but to actually think about it and talk about it. So this is what he wanted us to be doing. Let's actually not just ignore it. Let's not just like let it be what it is, but let's actually, like, acknowledge it for what it is. And now let's start saying, what he said. What he say in one of the lines? He says, "I gotta burn it down to build. I gotta burn it down to build. the kids live tomorrow, because today the party just died. I think that's the last line of the song. And again, he's just saying that, you know what, I see that everything's gone pretty much to hell, so I pretty much got to burn everything down, build it again, so that the kids for tomorrow can reap the benefits of, or salvage what can be left. So, but yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that you want to touch on.
Nothing else, bro. I feel like we should just be
You
on.
you okay? You seem a bit like, you know.
Nah, because thing is, he ish, bruh. Thing is, I grew up listening to Cash Money, bro.
Yeah.
That was a big part of the
Of our
reason why I
yeah,
love hip hop
yeah,
right
for
now.
sure.
Bro.
So I
Like,
think it is a double-edged sword. It is a bit of a sour one, but hey, man, you know, it is what it is. And yeah, you know, I think this is not the last time that this is gonna be, that this whole conversation is gonna be talked about. And definitely we will be there to speak about it. We will be there
obviously,
to have
bro.
these conversations. And yeah, all we can just say, man, yeah, keep it locked, keep it loaded, and stay tuned in.
Of course.